Coronavirus has changed the real estate market. Check it out.
Well, coronavirus seems to be impacting all aspects of our lives, and real estate certainly no different.
Absolutely. And Rob Buffington from the Buffington Real Estate Group joins us now. And Rob, how has the virus impacted the market here locally?
So what we've seen is basically when we came out of the stay home, there was pent-up demand. Buyers had been stimulated by the government, and it seemed like everyone was anxious to get out of their homes.
Right.
We had just a plethora of people that were looking online, and so when the stay home was lifted, buyers came out in droves. We were already at the lowest inventory going into the stay home that we'd seen since 2006. So coming out of that, we had kind of the perfect storm. We had low inventory, low interest rates, and we had a lot of buyers that were looking to make a change, right? I mean, if you're quarantined again,
yes.
you want to be in the right place.
Yep.
And that was actually some of the messages that we were putting out on social media is this a home that you would like to be quarantined in?
Right.
You know, I mean, you have people that unusual situations. They're working from home, you know, husband and spouse that are not used to being around each other 24/7. Right. Now you have, you know, kids that are thrown in the mix, also 24/7. So it definitely was an interesting dynamic.
Everybody crammed into one
Absolutely.
area. That's a lot of stress.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what we've seen is a lot of things with a lot of homes, larger homes, even people that live in the same neighborhood, they're just upsizing within that neighborhood. And then we're also seeing people that are moving into rural areas where they can actually have space in between them. Yeah, I mean, essentially housing social distance style, right? I mean, that's what we're seeing a lot of.
Yeah, get some fresh air while you're cramped in that house with your entire family. Well, looking long term, what kind of long-term impacts do you see the coronavirus having on the real estate industry?
So I would say we're going to continue to see people that are going to want to be in a space that if there is another phase where we get, you know, quarantined or we have to stay home, they're going to want to have this space. We're seeing people that want two offices, so husband and wife both have to work at home. So they want a space, not necessarily a home that has two offices, because that would be something that would be very unique, but maybe a house that has 5 bedrooms if they have 3 that are used as bedrooms and then 2 that they could use as home offices. So we're seeing a lot of that. And again, we're just seeing people that want to have usable space as far as like homeschooling space for kids, because there was a lot of people that, even though there's hybrids that are happening around our area as far as schooling goes, there's a lot of people that have opted to have their kids not go back to school initially. Actually, we are one of those parents. So our daughter goes to St. John's, but she homeschools just because it's safer, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we want to keep everyone safe. So.
And Rob, all things considered, I think we know the answer already, but is now a good time to buy or sell your house?
Well, it's a great time to sell, and we're seeing it is really a great time to buy, although you're going to buy at the lowest interest rates we've seen ever. I mean, I've been selling real estate since 2004. We've never seen interest rates this low. So I had a loan close last week, and it was 2.75 for a 30-year fixed. I mean, that is really inexpensive money to borrow.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a lot of people that are taking advantage of those low interest rates. The difficult side of that equation is that you're going to buy at the top of the market. So if you go buying right now, you are going to pay the highest prices we've seen since before the recession. So what that does is that makes it a really good seller's market.
Right.
And supply and demand, we're still at below 50% this time last year as far as inventory goes. So if you're thinking about selling, it's a great time to, you know, talk to a local real estate expert.
So in your opinion, should buyers maybe hold off? Do you think things will level out a little bit in terms of the home price side? I know you said sellers, now's the time to go. But if you're really interested in buying, should they wait a little bit?
Well, I would say every person's situation is different, right? So it just depends on, you know, are they moving because they want the right house for a future quarantine or stay home or something? And that's going to be specific to each individual buyer. They are going to take advantage of the best interest rates they've ever seen, which means that you can afford a lot more home, right? So low interest rates, low inventory, I mean, it might level off. I don't see it happening until sometime in 21.
All right, something to keep an eye on, Rob. Thank you. Well, for more information on anything that you heard here today, or if you'd like to buy or sell a home, I know exactly who you should contact, the Buffington Real Estate Group. We've got all of that information up on the screen for you now. Rob, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
A lot of good information.